7 luxury services rich people use. Number 1. Assistance. You probably won't have the foggiest idea about this, yet there are numerous sorts of helps. The most famous two are EAs and PAS. This individual behaves like a support in all continuous tasks occurring in the existence of the very well off. This is the individual who holds the administrators within proper limits. They know the passwords, they can endorse changes and are answerable for shifting through data that arrives at the top. The subsequent one are PAS or individual collaborator. This is the individual that ensures plans are being satisfied, that you are where you should be and on time. PAS are the most part of a higher position than the EAs since they approach a portion of the more private parts of somebody's life. Anything you're managing, your dad and EA are the two individuals that you're probably going to converse with first, and they set up the accompanying strides for you. These two as a rule cooperate in simply letting you realize that it's presently not an extravagance. There are many administrations out there that offer individual VAS and remote helpers. You can find one on freelancer.com, Upwork or even Fiverr. Number 2. Personal chef. You presumably expected to see this one here since it's a staple of what used to be considered selectiveness for the rich. Allow us to break down for you the essentials. Rich individuals esteem time over everything. Fundamentally, each and every assistance they can move to another person to save their time. They will legitimize the use. Be extremely cautious since this doesn't mean they simply pause for a moment or two and trust that individuals will get things done for them. The main explanation one ought to save time is on the grounds that they realize they can involve it for something better. Sustenance and the cooking system is something. You actually get to partake in feast with the family without the hustle of buying the crude items, concluding common decency to eat, learning the recipe, estimating the measures of items you ought to use, as well as holding up close to an oven or stove for things to arrive at the ideal temperature. Number 3. Private security. Except if you're incredibly wealthy, you have most likely never at any point knew about the accompanying brands Centagon, Entomb, Reinforced or Armorax. These organizations give protected business vehicles, a market that coincidentally has been soaring in the previous 10 years. An ever-increasing number of rich individuals are purchasing unbeatable vehicles as a gamble for having chance, yet additionally to expand the opportunity of endurance. Regardless, while a passage-level rich will go for confidential security for a genuinely notable organization like G4s or CCSCI, more prominent people will work with somebody like Edges or Dime Comp. These are pretty much military or inside specialists for employee contingent upon the need. However, only 1 out of every odd rich individual requirements a protector. Number 4. Publicist and PR. Nearly all that you read about rich individuals is the after effect of somebody really trying to shape their apparent picture. These individuals ensure the world will see your best side. They push the media to tell your achievements and to put forth a valiant effort to cover any stain you could have on your resume. Indeed, it doesn't necessarily work the manner in which you anticipate that it should, regardless of the amount of cash you possess. Recollect when Beyonce burned through a lot of cash attempting to eliminate this photograph from the web. As may be obvious, it most certainly worked. Kanye likewise constrained Getty Pictures to eliminate the photographs of him in a skirt. To be exact, it was these photographs. In any case, not every person is a Beyonce or Kanye. The non-exclusive, very rich person doesn't get that much out of a spotlight, so it's more straightforward to organize what you believe the world should see. Number 5. Cyber security. Digital and home security have become standard issues in the previous years for everyone, except the rich have been paying top-notch on this for a really long time. The thinking is basic. The more cash you have, the greater targets you have on your back for individuals who need some of it. Beginning with your email, your schedule, your cloud records to directly up home cautious and cameras, savvy locks, ring doorbells and home camera shave become fundamental for pretty much every created family. Aside from those, without question, all that you do online can be followed. For this reason, the rich demand utilizing hard confidential servers. Number 6. Private wealth management. You know how you're busy looking for opportunities to invest or to make some extra money? The rich have not one person, but an entire team of people who do that for them. They search for the best opportunities available and make calculated decisions on behalf of the billionaire to continuously grow their wealth. The generic rich individuals uses index funds like Vanguard to invest their money, which for most of you is probably your best option. That said, there are some people out there who are constantly beating the market. Those extra few percentage points at the end of the year make all the difference when you're trying to take over the world. For some of you, names like Bridgewater, Q, Sigma, Renaissance or Millennium might ring a bell. Number 7. Access to private airstrips or closed-off geographies. We reference the most significant thing for the rich this time, correct? This is the fundamental motivation behind why personal luxury planes are a thing. I really want to arrive now and not need to manage the hogwash of conventional travel. There are various confidential airstrips accessible to the very affluent to eliminate drive time. The second most significant angle in this individual's life is security and not being annoyed by the world while they invest with their family or reflection what their best courses of action ought to be throughout their life. There are private retreats out there which depend on greeting just to require a base total assets to join. 2 or 3 notes, remarkable names are Singapore's Cockports, Pinnacle, Landera Resort in Caribbean and the Peak Complex in Lucala, Fiji.